Morning, guys. I figured I would let Fred, Bob, and Sally see you guys for a little bit. They've kind of been a little depressed lately with the way the classroom has looked the last 3 weeks with no students here, just the old teacher. So yeah, I mean, they really miss you guys. I was talking with them yesterday and they were like, when are they gonna come back? And I was like, I don't know. Hopefully sometime soon, but you know, I think they're hanging in there. They really miss you guys. They really do. But you know what? I think they'll survive. So next time you guys are here to do tests or quizzes, I'm sure they would really appreciate it if you guys said hi to them. So don't forget to stop by and say hi to Bob, Fred, and Sally, alright? They miss you guys almost as much as your teacher misses you, but not as much as your teacher misses you. In the graders, today we have lesson 6 in our math. We are going over our Venn diagrams for intersection of sets, alright? So this is something that is familiar for you guys. We're going to learn about how we can draw our circles to form an intersection of our sets, alright? So I'm going to start reading at the top of page 23. It says, when members belong to two different sets at the same time, we show it on the Venn diagram with overlapping circles. The overlap or intersection, so here is our overlap right here, and this right here in the middle here is what is known as our intersection of our sets, all right? The overlap or intersection of the two circles represents the members which belong to both sets, all right? So that's a really cool way we can draw our circles to represent our intersection of our sets. For example, their first problem at the top of the page, our universal set stands for people who like outdoor sports. Our subset A stands for people who like fishing. Our subset B stands for people who like to hunt. And now, A in the intersection of B are people who like both hunting and fishing. So that would be the people right in here, in this intersection of our subsets. We have intersection of A and B are the people who both like to hunt and fish, all right? Moving on to the next one, the intersection of two sets of factors is our common factors between our sets. So if our universal set stands for all of our numbers, I'm going to actually just quickly erase this, all the numbers, and our subset C, which is right here, and then we have subset D. If subset C are the factors of 12, which would be our numbers we can take times each other to equal 12, we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12, all right? And then in set D is going to be our factors of 8, which would be 1, 2, 4, and 8. And now notice we have 3, 6, and 12 are over here for our factors of 12, and then for D, we just have our 8, which makes up our factor of 12. And now, the intersection of set C and D, which are the common factors of 8 and 12, are going to be 1, 2, and 4, all right? And so that is where we would put our intersection of our sets. That's what represents the intersection of set D, C, and D, all right? And now, for the last one, we have all numbers, and we have two sets that are multiples, and the intersection of these are common multiples of a number. So for set E, we have the multiples of 12, and for set F, we have the multiples of 6. Actually, let's just write it, 12 and 6. So if we just say out our multiples of 12, we have 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, so on. And then if we say our multiples of 6, we have 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. We're just going to stop there, where they didn't in our book. So we list 36, 48, 36, 48, and 60. there, and then we list 6, 18, and 30 over here, because those are unique to their own set. And then for the last one, the intersection of E and F are the common multiples between 12 and 6, and we would illustrate that by putting them right here in our intersection of our sets, all right? So that is the gist of the new part. Flip to the next page. On page 24, we're going to learn about something called disjoint sets and empty sets, all right? Follow along. It says, sometimes two different sets have nothing in common. We call these sets disjoint sets. So set A and B in this figure are called disjoint sets because our universal Venn diagram is all students in the school, and then A stands for all the girls in 7th grade, and B stands for all the boys in 7th grade. So there would be no intersection because either you're a girl or you're a boy, all right? There's no intersection in between there, all right? Now, so that is called a disjoint. So if you join something together, that means they be together. So these would be kind of joined together. These are disjointed. They're not connected, all right? Now, for the next one is called the empty set. When a particular problem has no answer, or a set has no members, the answer is the empty set, which this represents the empty set. This is our symbol for that. For the Venn diagram above, we could say that A and the intersection of B is an empty set, all right? So in other words, there is no intersection in between those two. It is an empty set. A and the intersection of B would be empty because there's no intersection of that, all right? So in number 1 of that section, you guys are going to draw a Venn diagram to illustrate the intersection of sets, and then you're going to answer the questions. So for number 1, your universal set is all the students, and then you have to draw a set A and B, and then students who like to play chess would be A, and students who like to play Monopoly would be B. And notice what it says in parentheses. It says some students like to play both games, all right? So there's going to be an intersection of those. So would we draw our circles like this, or like this? We would draw it like this, right? Because there's going to be an intersection of our sets of students who like to play both Monopoly and chess, all right? You can draw that, and then you're going to use your Venn diagram to answers 3, 4, 5, and 6. So they're at the bottom of the page. And then at the end of your lesson, you have 2 more Venn diagrams that you have to draw for numbers 29 through 31. You have to draw 2 Venn diagrams to illustrate the 2 groups of sets, and then you're going to complete the sentences for 33, 34, and 35, all right? So, make sure you look at for numbers 29 through 30, make sure you look at what is in your sets and see if there's any intersection or any like things or like factors within your sets. And if there is, then we can use the intersection of sets with this illustration. And if they are disjointed sets, remember we just simply draw them like that. That is a ugly looking circle. Anyways, that is your new part for today. So it's not completely new for you guys. You guys have worked with Venn diagrams, but the big thing that we were learning about today is that we can illustrate our intersection of sets like this. And this right in here illustrates our intersection of them. This means a what? An empty set, right? That's a symbol for an empty set. And then sets that have nothing in common are called disjoint sets because they are not joined together, all right? This video is getting long. I hope you guys have a great day. Let me just quickly look over your lesson. And Very good. All right. Hope you guys have a good day.